Hello and welcome to Ben's Ramblings. Today we're going to make French onion soup. This is probably my favorite soup. This is the second episode of our soup series, and this is all about the onions. Let's get started, follow along. Okay, we're going to start by heating this pan up. And you know this is French because there's a stick and a half of butter in it. So we want this butter to melt and get a little bit brown before we add the onions in. And we want it to brown because it'll add another layer of depth to the onions when we cook them. A little bit of a nutty taste. Okay, this should be good. You can actually smell it. It smells like toasted butter. It smells fantastic. It's only going to get better. We're going to add 8 large or 12 small, thinly sliced onions. Again, this soup is all about the onions. And we're just going to start to cook these down, and we want to cook them down until they're a nice brown color. We don't want them burnt. They're going to cook low and slow. It's going to take at least half an hour until they're nice and brown. So let's let them go for a while and we'll see how they go. Okay, the onions are now a nice medium brown, getting to dark. We are going to turn the heat up a little bit, and I'm going to add 2 ounces of red wine. This is a Merlot, and we're going to deglaze the pan with that. Get all the bits off the bottom of the pan. And we're going to add 2 ounces of balsamic vinegar. We're going to cook this down a little bit, cook out the alcohol out of that wine. Oh, that looks good. All right. And to this, we're going to add 2 quarts of either a dark chicken stock, which you can make by roasting the bones and the carcass and then making a chicken stock from that, or a beef broth or beef stock. In this case, I'm just going to use a prepackaged beef stock. I'm going to add, again, 2 quarts. All right, stir it up. We're going to turn this up and bring it to a boil. We're going to add a Bouquet Garnis. This is thyme leaves, some parsley, and a bay leaf all tied together. You could also use cheesecloth, and we'll see how this works. It may fall apart. If it does, we'll just fish it out later. I'm just going to tie it to the side so we don't lose it. All right, the onion soup is just about done simmering. I'm going to slice up the baguette and toast it off in the oven. We're going to drizzle it with just a little bit of olive oil and put it in the oven at about 375, 5 minutes or so. We got to keep an eye on it and then flip it over and toast the other side. We're going to slice it in on a bias like this. We're going to make it about 1/4 inch thick. I'm just going to do a few pieces because there's only 2 of us having soup. Now let's just drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil. And we'll get them in the oven. This has been simmering for about an hour. We're going to ladle it into some crocks put some toast on top and grate some Gruyere cheese right on top. You have two options. You could throw it under the broiler in the oven, or I'm going to use a blowtorch and melt the cheese and give it that nice bubbly, and a little bit of black spots here and there. That's really what you want. We need to remove our Bouquet Garnis. I'm just going to pull it out here. Move this back a little bit. All right. Ladle some soup into our crock. We're going to take 2 of our toasted baguettes, put those on top, and we're going to take our Gruyere and grate it on a box grater right over the top. And now let's get that cheese melted. All right, there we go. Now let it cool for a minute, and then we'll give it a try. All right, let's give the onion soup a try. The ooey gooey cheese, the baguette, the sweet onions. I can't eat just one bite. Absolutely fantastic. Please give the recipe a try. I promise if you like onion soup, you'll like this recipe. If you do like it, leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up on this recipe. If you like the channel and want to see more soups, this is part 2 of our soup series. We'll have more to come. Subscribe and ring that bell.
Ding ding.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.